Hi, welcome. My name is Matthew Bratcher, and this is our January meeting for 2022. I'm the executive director for Kentucky Normal, and this month we've got Dee Dee Taylor with 502 Hemp. She's going to be our guest today and a sponsor with a little giveaway for us. Before we get started with our interview with her, I'm going to talk a little bit about what the bills that we've got going on and just kind of a refresher. We of course got HB 224 and HB 225, the decrim bills that have been put up by Representative Kulkarni. One would be a straight bill that adds legislation and changes some of the things around with KRS, and then the other one is changes the Kentucky Constitution. Both bills are strong bills. They're not outside the realm of what a lot of decrim bills out in other states are, so they're right on par with that. We've also got HB 136, of course, with Jason Nemus out of Louisville or Jefferson and Oldham. And it's got more information on that. We'll have our letters and stuff ready that you can sign up and send to your legislators. We'll have more information there, as well as on our website where we have our bill track software set up. You can go to our website and see where the progress is with these bills, how they're coming, when new co-sponsors are joined, when new amendments are added. I know they've gotten real secretive in Frankfurt about everything. They don't want people showing up. They don't want them to know what's going on. But the bill tracker helps us keep our knowledge base, even if we're not able to get up there and be involved. There's also SB 21. It has housing protections for renters that might become medical cannabis patients to keep them from being, denied housing from landlords. So that's an important bill. It also covers some other things, but as far as cannabis goes, that's the aspect of it that we're really kind of looking at. So let's go ahead and start our interview with Dee Dee Taylor. How you doing today, Dee Dee?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you fine. Okay. It's a pleasure to have you. So first question, let me just ask, tell us a little bit about Delta 8 THC.
So Delta 8 THC is a cannabinoid in the hemp plant. It is, I like to think of it as diet weed or the not so hot sister. So it is still a THC. So if you take too much, it can cause I'd like to use the word euphoric feeling, right? I don't like to use that high word with that because, well, I'm a hemp retailer. But it actually provides that little bridge that we don't have here in Kentucky between medical and the CBD market. It is providing, it has like a lot of the same properties as Delta 9 THC, but with way less anxiety and way less paranoia. So I think this is more of something that's it's a little easier for some people to handle. If they're new to the whole cannabis market, I think this is a really good thing for them to try. It's pretty popular so far, so good. What they've done is, even though it is in the cannabis plant and in hemp, there's not a lot of it. So when they can't just extract it and make consumable products with it, they actually use CBD, a CBD isolate, and then it is converted into the Delta 8. So when that happens, it's a natural conversion. It's safe. It's reliable. There's nothing scary about it. It is not a synthetic drug, and I'm going to stress that it's not a synthetic drug. It is a natural isomer or derivative of the hemp plant.
Okay, excellent. So explain to us a little bit what is going on with Delta 8. I know there's a lot of confusion in the market, and so there's a lot of customers out there wondering what exactly is kind of going on.
Well, and I can take this back as far as you need me to, Matthew, but it all technically is legal. I mean, it is legal in the state of Kentucky. Before it came out in about September of 2020, and I was like, is it? I mean, this is something that can make you feel good. We don't like that here, do we? So I started doing my homework. I reached out to State Representative Jason Nemus. I reached out to police officers. I actually have some that come into my store. I talked to a narcotics officer, and he said, it's from hemp. It's legal in my book. It's from hemp. It's hemp derived. And many police officers use it. It helps them with many different things. So as far as I was concerned, it was legal. We were good to go. Sell it, doing great. People are having great experiences with it. It's helping them with so many different little things without making any claims, of course. And then in April of 2021, the Kentucky Department of Agriculture sent out what I will call a guidance letter to all licensed processors, to all licensees holders, that said, you know, you cannot make Delta 8, you will lose your license. It said it was a synthetic drug, that it was still on the DEA Schedule 1 list, that it's illegal, it's illegal, it's illegal. And if, you know, you will face possible repercussions from, you know, trafficking marijuana, that sort of thing. So it scared a lot of people. A lot of people pulled it then. They stopped selling it. And myself and a few other retailers here in the Louisville area, we were all like, this is a guidance letter. But, you know, we met with attorneys then to talk about it. And we all kind of decided to wait to see what happened. You know, it didn't affect us because none of us have a license with KDA. You don't need one to sell CBD products in Kentucky. And so, you know, going along our merry way and helping people with this cannabinoid. And next thing you know, June 15th, 2 stores out in Rowan County were raided and everything was taken. And the Kentucky State Police used that guidance letter to get their bench warrant to raid those stores. Not only were those stores raided, there was some other stores out in Casey County that were raided. I think there was 5 out there. He was doing other stuff too, but that's beside the point. And they were still raiding for their Delta 8. After that, we all band together with the Kentucky Hemp Association and 2 other people, like a big group of us, and decided to file a lawsuit against the Kentucky State Police and the Kentucky Department of Agriculture, you know, for their overreach on this product, and let the judge decide whether it's a legal product or not. That case was filed in July of 21. And obviously I've been really a big part of this case. I have a paralegal background, so I'm fighting for all of us. I really am. And we've had to raise money to support these funds. And it's been difficult to get everyone's help with that. I'm not gonna lie about that either. We've had some really great donors though too. And debt of gratitude for them as well. But we fighting the good fight. We were actually set to have our hearing on October 16th, and the judge was COVID. So he was exposed to COVID. So we had to reschedule. And this case is up in Boone County, Boone Circuit Court, by the way. And you know, I'm from Louisville. So I'm driving back, and all of a sudden my phone is blowing up. Apparently, the same day we're going to have this hearing, Bullitt County Sheriff raided 14 stores.
Wow.
I don't know if you heard about that, but 14 stores were raided. And they took all kinds of stuff, but mostly about the Delta 8. And again, they used that guidance letter as to get their warrants. So this letter has caused a lot of issues in Kentucky. After that, I'm kind of glad that the date got pushed. It got pushed to December, with the exception of them getting raided, because that was just that to me, that shouldn't have happened. I mean, there was a pending lawsuit, though they should not have raided for that. After that, we found out that the Alabama Pharmacy Board reached out to the DEA, and the DEA sent a letter saying that all hemp products have been removed from the Schedule 1 as long as they are below the 0.3% Delta 9 THC. So even that letter from the DEA said that these hemp products are legal, period. It does not talk, I mean, it did talk about if they were synthetically made, that could be an issue, but they were also talking about marijuana products being synthetically made. Right. So they were not talking about hemp derived products. And the Implementation Act of 2018, that actually removed all of hemp and THC from hemp off of the Schedule 1. And that was their basis for their decision as well. So in that guidance letter, it says that the DEA says that this is still Schedule 1 narcotics. So I'm like, did you check with the DEA before you wrote that letter? Oh. Anyway, it's all about doing your homework, right?
Oh yeah.
So, so I'm glad that letter happened. So that helps. And then also out in Texas, the Hometown Heroes had a huge landmark case, and they won their temporary injunction because their state was trying to ban Delta 8 as well. They won, which is phenomenal, and I'm so happy for that state. That's huge. And then Florida had a town hall meeting with a DEA agent there. That DEA agent also said that it was legal. So you've got all these conflicting statements, right? And you know as well as I do that states can make up their own rules. They can make up their own laws. They can ban things. They can do whatever they need it. But until it is in the KRS, it's legal. I mean, I can't give legal advice. Obviously, I'm not an attorney. I'm just going to put that little star right there. But that's what we're in court to figure out and decide. And we had our hearing on December 12th. Oh, was it the 12th? 18th, December 18th. And we presented our case. The opposing counsel had people on there that one lady had taken too much, so she felt like she was having a stroke. She bought her products at a gas station, where they don't guide you on things like that. They just sell you the product, although the back of the package tells you how to use it. Another one, there's another example that a child, like a 2-year-old, ate 12 of her daddy's CBD gummies. He kind of lied and then said it was the Delta 8, and they had to vent her. But yeah, no 2-year-old needs to eat that many gummies, and that's kind of on the parent to lock it up.
Certainly,
right?
certainly.
Yeah,
there's a level of
blame
responsibility
them.
there.
Exactly. So, I mean, that was some of their testimony. They also had a doctor, the Proverde labs on, and they said that all Delta 8 on the market is contaminated, that none of the carts, that they're all hot. And I was like, COAs take care of that.
Did they just have him just suggest that to be the case, or did he come with, documents to back that up?
He came with his little certificates of ones that he had tested. So, but not all of them.
Right.
You gotta
showing a
vet your
sample
source.
size or something, I think would have made a big difference. But
Yeah. So I'm inclined to not agree with him, obviously. He did agree with our expert testimony, our PhD chemist, that it is an isomer. So really, if you follow the law says all isomers, derivatives, salts of hemp are legal. So that's kind of where things stand. They just had, I think yesterday or the day before was the final discovery cutoff date. I don't think anything else was put on by either side. And we are moving forward. And I believe the next hearing date is April 22nd. Yes. So almost a year and 2 days from when that letter was first issued. And hopefully the judge will have his ruling and it'll be in our favor. So I'm fingers crossed.
Yeah, good luck. Let's hope so.
Yeah.
Let's hope so. And that seems like a long time to kind of get any kind of justice of the court and get an injunction put in place for this stuff. Way it sounds that Texas moved a lot faster, as well as like some of the other places. So I know the courts are backed up with COVID and caseloads and things like that. We've got a lot of empty open seats as well. So I know judges are stretched thin. And COVID really hasn't made anything any better. It's if anything.
No, I don't think he's going to grant the temporary injunction, because we asked for a temporary injunction, and then I don't know that he's going to grant that, because pretty much the KSP, it was like, well, we're waiting until we hear the outcome of this, and even the another sheriff that they brought in, or sheriff, whatever, drug task force. I think they were kind of waiting to see what happens with this. So and this is just my personal opinion, obviously I'm not an attorney, just put that out there again. If he rules in their favor, then it will be illegal. We will not be able to sell Delta 8. If they rule in our favor, we will be able to continue operations as normal. So it really is a 50-50 shot. I'm hopeful. I really am. I think we're on the side of law instead of on the side of morals, and how that goes. So we'll see. We are still accepting donations. So if you can go to the KY, it is keepd8legal.com. So if anybody wants to give to help pay for that legal battle, because no matter the outcome, I have a feeling that a Court of Appeals case will happen.
Yeah, certainly. That doesn't seem like something that will be just settled at the circuit court level. Usually something of that nature, it has to get knocked up to a more experienced judge a lot of times, or a panel of judges to figure this out, So my next question will be, without making any claims, what sort of medical benefits have you seen your customers, before you pulled it off the shelf, that you see your customers kind of get from it?
Definitely. I have a veteran, and he was able to get off 11 prescription drugs. And and it has made such a huge difference for him. And he is such a huge advocate. I mean, he does a lot of things to further the cause. But 11 medications. I have cancer patients that use this instead of opiates to help with the pain. I have people that just need some freaking sleep. You know what I mean? This is probably the best thing for sleep out there. Although I do have a really good melatonin gummy too, but I mean, just people that want to really relax and not have that fear, or even drive across state lines to get illegal products. I think that's the big thing about the Delta 8. People like it because they're like, oh, this is awesome. I can get something that's legal and I won't get in trouble for it. And I can still use it the way I want to use it and not have to leave my home or get it on the black market. Because we all know that that's live and well in Kentucky. I don't care what they say. And I'm not fronting that either. But, I think people like being able to have something that is going to give them the relief that they need. And again, I have definitely used it. I like it on occasion. It's not something I do every day, but if I need just a little bit of chill at home, and I think I took one night, and my husband's like, oh my gosh, you're actually laughing at this movie. I'm like, I know, right? I'm really chilled out. And he was like, it is nice to see you this way. I'm like, I know, how are you? I mean, we were, it was just a happy feeling. And you got to be cautious with anything like this. Try small amounts. Don't do big, large doses. Even if you're a regular user, go slow. I mean, that's the number one recommendation, that you got to think of it like it's the closest thing to medical that we have here. Just go slow with it. But I think it's a good thing. I really do. I hope that I hope nothing gets placed on the General Assembly to have it completely banned, because then all of our hard work to have this case, that concerns me. Yeah. I know the bill that you mentioned earlier with the decrim bill, I actually could not support that bill because it has the Delta 8 limit of 1,000 milligrams. And I talked to the representative and said, you are putting a Delta 8 hemp derived product in as a marijuana product, and it is not the same. And she was under the impression that it was illegal. I sent her the lawsuit. I sent her all the paperwork, and I'm hoping that gets removed, or there is something put on there that there is no limit, because I want to support this bill. I really do. But because of that limit, I have a hard time supporting it.
Certainly. And it seems like a very odd way to introduce Delta 8 into the KRS as well.
Yes.
Like I kind of saw that a little after the fact. Like I've read a lot of the more of the expungement stuff, which was really exciting.
Right.
as well, you know, the personal possession and things like that. But that one did kind of show up, and it was almost like they threw it in as an afterthought. But like you're saying, she thought it was illegal. There's a lot of misinformation out there that is taking it face value. So it's important to stay, you know, aware of what's going on. Is why we're having you on to help us and help our members and anyone else who comes across our meeting to know what's going on.
And honest to God, I would still tell you to check with your attorney. See what your attorney says about it. Get your own legal opinion. I mean, I know I'm in with the lawsuit and all that good stuff, but at the same time, I mean, you could still be raided. Those police officers could still come in and raid you for these products. I mean, that is still very much a possibility until we get that final determination. Now, do I think there will be 1983 cases that get filed because of that? Because there is no law that says it's illegal? I mean, that's always a possibility. It really put my paralegal skills to good use again, I guess, after being gone for so long and in this business. But it does not need to be made illegal. It does not need to be banned. It can be made and be reliable and safe and tested. And so what if it, do you know what is in a burger at McDonald's and how unhealthy that is? I mean, how unhealthy is alcohol? How unhealthy is tobacco products in general? Those aren't banned. So for them to try to ban this one cannabinoid, when does it stop? When do they, there's 150 some there's so many out there we don't even know about. 30,000 different isomers of THC. Are you really going to go through and ban each one that may or may not cause a euphoric feeling? That's kind of my take on it, because I'm just like, we can't. No, we need to move forward and not go back.
Sorry, we're with you on that.
Product, right? Move forward. This is silly. So that's just how I feel.
Yeah. So, all right. So what are some of the bills that the hemp industry is looking at for this session?
So there's one on to increase the THC limit to 1%. So that would be phenomenal. Now, don't you ask me what the numbers are. I don't know. I don't know them by heart. I think they're going to issue another one. The KYHA is working on one to have flower. And I was hoping that they'd throw in a whole cannabinoid profile thing with that. We'll see. I doubt it. But they are trying to get the hemp flower.
Oh, that's exciting. That's something a lot of folks have really wanted for a long time. A lot, especially consumers,
Yes. And I was always very hesitant to sell that because that is in KRS that it's illegal. So that one, I'm just like, nope. I knew not to do that one. But you can't, it's being sold everywhere. You can buy it online and have it shipped to you. So it's like, why wouldn't you sell the Kentucky hemp?
Certainly. And I know a lot of our farmers, they've got a lot of extra, flour around. And it's just another way for them to make money without having to make sure that it's processed, which is a much larger expense on them. If they can just sell the flour, it's a lot easier on them. And so hopefully we get there.
I hope so too. That's definitely needed in the hemp realm. I mean, for sure. That's just been one thing that I was like, why did you make that illegal? The most natural part of the plant. Now, Nemus's bill, I'm like, wait a minute, y'all are trying to stop vaping completely. You don't want anybody to vape anymore. Vaporizing's bad. You can't ship it anywhere, right? There's so many rules on vaping, and you want them to vaporize it? That one I'm just like, what? Why wouldn't you just have flour then too?
Agreed.
I mean, I know we need to get something filed and passed here in Kentucky because we are so behind. Every other state around us is going to be legal, and it has to happen. It has to. We have to move forward. So I'm for it. I just think there's some things that need to be tweaked.
No, absolutely. And it's a good start. Like you said, we need something. I would love to have seen a much larger qualifying conditions or more leeway for the doctors. There's a lot in the bill that I'm not a fan of.
Yep.
but
Same.
you know, they're well aware of my qualms about it.
Mine too. Mine too. I'm not a very quiet person.
Yeah, they hear us rattle the cages, don't they?
Yep.
Well, I think we're going to wrap it up. We're running a little low on time, so
Okay.
it's been great to have you on.
Thank you.
We'll get you the name of our winner and have it
Yes.
have it shipped out to you.
I can do that.
To them, and you know, also just a real quick reminder to. All right, I want to thank Dee Dee once again for coming on this month and being our guest and sponsor for our giveaway. We'll get that out to our members. And then also, you know, be aware that you can follow the bills on our website. Go to Take Action, KentuckyNormal.org, take/take-action. And you can go through there and call the LRC. It's got a little script there for you to kind of help you through the process. It's really easy to do. We make it as simple as we can. So you can just give them a call, give them your address, tell them I want my representative or legislator to vote yes on these bills, and there'll be the list there. Also, we've got our bill tracker on our website, so you can keep track of what's going on with these bills, who the new sponsors are, any changes to the bill that might be made, or any kind of addendums or any kind of changes to it. So just to kind of keep track, because I know it's hard with the way everything's going right now, and especially being able to get up in Frankfurt and keep track of stuff. So this really helps us to stay informed about what's going on in fairly real time. I think everything is updated the next day. It's, you know, if they do something today, tomorrow the bill tracker is updated. So as soon as they update it on their LRC website, the bill tracker gets updated and you can stay abreast of that. It's got all the cannabis bills we're watching, as well as any of the hemp bills. And hopefully, once they get that hemp flower bill up, we'll have that one up as well. We'll don't forget that we also have our campaign letters, so you can write your representative and let them know, you know, directly through their email that you want them to support these bills, or if they are already a supporter, to thank them for their support. So I want to thank everyone for watching and joining us today and watching our videos. And thanks so much. Have a wonderful evening.